Hello everybody and welcome to the Learn Dota 2 League Season 15, Week 6. It's it's the Black Week in LD2L as everybody needs stand-ins. Everybody except these guys. We're looking at the Sandgangers taking on the Monkey Kings of New York, two of the top teams this season.
One of them might be 10-2.
With me here is the Doctor of Dota, Randy.
Yes.
And nobody else. There weren't even enough players to actually get all the games to happen this week, let alone enough to get a third guy on the casting desk.
So here, we'll make up for it the Week 1 playoffs.
BlueJay's decided he'd rather take on the Treant than the Undying. That's a little interesting to see.
10 seconds remaining.
What do you think, Randy? Would you rather lane against Undying or Tree?
I said, depends on what hero I'm playing. Maybe it's like a strength core, who knows?
Oh, there you go. I don't know, I think even if I'm a strength core, I probably want to see the Tree right now. No, I don't want to see the Tree right now. Probably want to see the Undying. But that might just be me.
10 seconds.
Also, knocking out the Drow Ranger last week, they saw the Sandgangers pull out the first phase Drow Ranger, which won. In fairness, I don't know if you can exactly call that a game where you can get much information from that. I think BlueJay team might be reading a little much into that pick.
Flaming starting off early today. Oh, they're picking Tree, that's why.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, in that round, they ran Rada mid, and Rada is not a mid player, so I don't know if it's very useful for taking information from. I think we were just having some fun that day. Doombik, a god like Matt Doom coming out again this season we've been seeing it constantly this time around, and the Rubik for Jackie Chan.
What year is it?
PPM Leshrac, he knows that.
It's a PPM Lesh, so it's like one of the best Lesh players in the league.
He knows the deep dark secret that Doom isn't actually good against Leshrac.
5 seconds remaining.
Whoops, I accidentally waited 30 extra seconds before posting the link. Hopefully nobody notices! Here's our sniper ban. You know, the DP ban, I think, is interesting. DP's a pretty good pause 3, but first phase ban like that makes me think they're thinking kind of hard about that. They don't want to. They got some specific reason for not wanting to see DP this time.
It'd just be that it's busted. Manoy's like, I don't want to play against that shit.
That's true, but there's more busted pause 3s than that right now. You think Manoy wants to play against like the Pit Lord right now or something? You think he wants to play against like LC right now or something?
And he does.
Maybe he does. No Weaver, BlueJay.
He's not gonna get to play as Ursa. That's one thing, you know.
The BlueJay Weaver has been. We've seen that quite a few times so far this season. I don't know how successful it's been for the most part outside of its debut, but you do want to ban that cover. Both teams just lobbying at each other's pause ones here. Jackie Chan has just announced publicly that he's stream sniping. That's probably not for the best.
Hey Jackie, how's it going?
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Seconds remaining.
So we have potentially 7 out of 8 pause 1 bans. Very cool.
Yep. Everybody hates pause 1s today. Nothing terribly exciting in the pause 1 ban lot here either. It's, for the most part, Sandgangers is banning Comfort, MKNY is banning Meta, which has been largely the strategy of both teams so far as ban goes. You know, most of the games you see MKNY just kind of ban out like the top, you know, just faces from the top 10 picks right now, more or less. Which I think has opened them up for a little bit of weakness in the past, you know. There is a balance sometimes as far as, you know, you want to get rid of the most threatening, you know, the most credible threats. You do also kind of want to remember, hey, you know, sometimes these guys just don't play the Spectre, for example. I mean, I'm sure Manoy plays Spectre, it's just an example.
Spectre.
Yeah.
He's a Spectre enjoyer. Didn't you see that one post you made in chat the other day? It's probably why I got banned.
It's true. Reminds me of back in Season 12 when Run Over Meat was like, we're about to pick Huskar, look out, and then it got banned immediately. We'll say the Rubik into Leshrac is pretty annoying for the Leshrac. I mean, for both of these guys, actually. And in particular, I know I always beat the drum on, hey, don't forget about Fadebolt, but like Fadebolt pretty much takes out like 30 to 40% of what Treant does in lane already.
Dire team pick.
Silencer.
And now we got the man who goes, shh. Maybe this is a new Black Otter pick. Let's see how it goes. It's mostly a core player, so a hero like Silencer would kind of fit with that, though it is going to be a little tough to protect Manoy. Of course, that could also be on Reedy. I don't think it's going to be Matt, but it could be Reedy.
5 seconds remaining.
It'd be Manoy.
Maybe he's lost his mind, yes. %0 frame drop, that's what I like to see. Hopefully we stay that way.
Dire team pick.
Dusk.
Radiant team
Alright.
pick.
Razor.
Okay.
Very aggressive lineup from MKNY. It's probably a good idea. I do think the best way that you wanna go about dealing with the Sandgangers is hit hard, hit fast.
10 seconds remaining.
Question is that going to be a support Tusk or is that going to be core Tusk?
5 seconds remaining.
They might be picking like they're picking Dark Ace less if it's because I know he doesn't play this Treant hero.
Yep.
So it's either Dark Ace Tusk or Dark Ace, whatever's less.
Yep. It's most likely going to be. I mean, the Razor's kind of a question mark as well. That could be pause 1 Razor, that could be pause 3 Razor. I'm guessing probably 3. Manoy's almost out of time here. Last series we casted, he actually ran out of time in this next ban phase, so hopefully he doesn't repeat that. Got a Faceless Void popping up. Not precisely what Razor wants to see. Not really precisely what any of these guys want to see, to be frank. Though he really does not combo with this team at all outside of Rubik being able to stick people in Chrono.
5 seconds remaining.
It's fine, you have potentially 3 sources of AoE damage.
That's true, but not exactly the biggest sources of AoE damage.
Like, depending on who BlueJay's pause 1 is, if you like doing someone, you don't really need to chrono them necessarily.
It's true.
One,
one-
if Doom is sufficiently powerful.
One combo that I've talked about before that I haven't really seen executed in LD2L yet is this Doom Silencer combo is actually stronger than it looks on paper. That Silencer Q, it does not care what the origin of the silence is. If you get another silence on a target and then drop the Silencer Q on them, they start getting shredded. For a long, long, long time. It's basically a guaranteed kill if you're awake. So they do basically have, if nothing else, 2 people can more or less be guaranteed to die in a fight. You can have the Doom Silencer combo plus the Chronosphere. And so far, it's going to be pretty tough for any of these guys to effectively deal with that. Sangangers, assuming pause 4 Tusk, pause 3 Razor. It's probably the safe guess.
Yeah.
Banning out a few more BlueJay heroes to send us off.
10 seconds remaining.
MKNY, assuming pause 5 Silencer, banning out some mids. It would be kind of insane to pick the Black Otter hero last,
Dire team
so I do not blame them. Sandganger's actually knocked out the lone druid there, looking at the PPM. In consideration, perhaps, that we could be seeing a support Leshrac, I guess. Or a 3 Leshrac.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't know.
Well, we're assuming our last hero's a 1,
5
right?
seconds
So
remaining.
you just pick that for BlueJay.
Well, BlueJay doesn't play lone druid and PPM does.
Radiant
true.
That's the
team
thing.
Sure, it would make me think they're not picking LD more than they're picking for PPM.
And it was Ricky, by the way.
Interesting.
What a subversion. All our cores are in the middle.
10 seconds remaining. 5
MKNY running the support Ricky one last time before it gets nerfed into oblivion.
Presents a really annoying problem for Faceless Void.
Yep, if the global silence does not come out of a perfect time to prevent it from happening.
You may now
2
Snapfire.
supports to end the game.
Or less pick. Alright.
Or maybe that's Reedy Snapfire. You can't... Yep, it is Reedy Snapfire, okay.
Okay, Snap. That's pretty interesting, actually. It's BlueJay Ricky, too. You've been,
Oh
we've
my
been
God.
double baited, you know?
Wow.
What can you do?
Maybe Dark Ace just refused to play the support Ricky on religious grounds. Alright, never mind. Well, it's the last Ricky we're gonna be...
If Ricky's on a roll where he's getting chronoed, then he's less annoying. Because, like, the point of the Ricky versus Void matchup is that usually he's low enough that you're not chronoing him.
Right.
But if it's a pause 1 Ricky, it's just like, you can chrono him, kill him, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I gotta question it a little bit. I think I liked this team better when it looked like it was gonna be, you know, 5-2-3-1-4. To be honest with you, I'm not much of a pause 1 Ricky believer, especially in the context of this game.
It was also the Snapfire, which is like one of the most timing-based scores in the whole game. It's like pretty useless up until it gets... I forget if it's left side or right side traits. I think it's right side traits and like Deso or something. Like a couple damage items and that just starts shredding people.
Yeah, this is going to be an annoying game, I think, for them to actually have to deal with that Snapfire. I think it's a pause. I think it's a solid pick here. It's got a bunch of stuff to play with the Chronosphere, of course. Discord issue. And on top of that, you know, you're looking at a lot of heroes. It's like, the Leshrac is tanky through use of Bloodstone, which implies that he has more than a half second to live in a fight, right? That he has long enough to actually get some health back from his spells. Therefore, Snapfire, who kind of is all about killing you really, really, really quickly, is very annoying for you. Ricky's pretty squishy.
Thanks.
Even the Razor isn't really that tanky per se. You know, Razor's just better. Razor's just better at forcing short fights, but I don't think he's quite as good as that as a well-played Snapfire, who we don't get to know the level of. Okay, there we go. Do you know Manoy has a statue called Daedalus? And it doesn't even feature a hero holding a Daedalus. It's
I
messed
guess
up.
you could be sleeping on this PPM Lush too much. He could need to be a chrono target.
I mean, potentially. The thing is the silencer is incredibly annoying for him. The Doom actually isn't so much, but if he gets global, like if the global comes at an awkward time, it's a lot easier to stop him from entering a fight with global than it is to counter him once he gets there with the Doom, if that makes sense. Because, you know, usually the timing on the global is you're going to drop it about right before Lesh is going to show up, so... Oh, we're gonna have that little hike every time I hit G again? Alright, back to open mic, I guess.
The battle begins.
At this point, I'm getting good at doing that really quickly.
Manoy
Very
no
annoying
Arcana?
glitch.
What can you do?
3 for 1. The Monkey King's in New York walking away with the majority of the runes here. Dark Ace still missing Howler, who did not stand in today. Despite the fact that I believe one series has confirmed that theft. I believe there's another, which is likely, unfortunately. Kenny Lavender immediately getting curved. All that being said, let's do the best part of every cast, the roll call. For the Sandgangers, pause 1, captain of the team, Manoy, Manoy, it's Doodlebob himself on the Faceless Void. Pause 2, Reedy on the Snapfire. Pause 3, you've got Godlike Matt on the Doom, which it feels like he's been for like 60 or 70% of this season. Pause 4, Jackie Chin on the Rubik, making Dark Ace upset. And pause 5, you've got Black Otter on the Silencer. Seeing its LD2L debut here. Not Black Otters, but the Black Otter Silencer specifically. Meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, MKNY. Pause 1, captain of the team, you've got BlueJay on the Ricky. Pause 2, you've got PPM, Peter, on the Leshrac, the man who is too afraid to face me. Pause 3, you've got Kenny Lavender on the Razor. Pause 4, you've got Dark Ace, preventing Razor from doing any more damage with that leash on the Tusk. And pause 5, you've got Molsky, one-up Molsky on the Treant Protector.
It's dead. Oh, one more.
Razor's living. Nope, Razor's dead. Okay,
Oh,
I don't know
God.
why he turned around there.
Plus 2.
Last words.
Very nice.
It was very interesting. I did kind of predict in my mind, I didn't really say it, I did feel like this Faceless Void Silencer lane was probably not destined for greatness, but so far it's actually doing pretty well for itself here.
Molsky.
Yep, Molsky getting hammered by the Doom here in top lane. The Doom and the Rubik, I should say. So, Treant's a tanky boy, so he's gonna be okay. He's gonna make it to Christmas alright.
Not for the likes of
Probably, yeah. BlueJay killed the banner creep, Godlike Matt's about to abandon. Black Otter just waiting for this pull. Snapfire so far is able to keep this mid lane completely drawn out. Was leading up until I started saying that, so clearly if I want to assist Reedy's career, I should not talk about him. But Snapfire, keeping things evened up here at mid. I do gotta wonder a little bit how this lane's gonna go in the long. I think this is gonna be one of those exciting lanes where it's like, I don't think there is a decisive advantage here based on the heroes. I think either of these heroes could potentially just start killing each other and potentially just win out this lane. So it's gonna come down to just kind of how they play it, especially when they hit those 6s. That's gonna be interesting to see. I always like to see that happen at mid.
Black Otter. Rest in peace.
All is now silent. Going to summon the God Gamer chat wheel lines. It's going to give Razor a little bit of an entry back on top down here. He is now starting to actually lead on Manoy for the last hits. Though he is having to cart in quite a lot of regen to do it, so remains to be seen if that is the advantage going to be sustainable outside of lane. Matt's getting pretty beat up here. Rubik's going to come back at a very timely moment to prevent anything from going wrong here. BlueJay currently cursing the fact that he has no clarities or mangas or anything. Just sitting there out of mana. Matt's probably dead if he has any. Going on Blackouter again down at bot, who's just getting hammered by the Razor.
Yeah, you have a Razor Tusk lane, so you run it to support.
Yep.
Can't kill the Void, so...
Unfortunately for the Void, he's not really so far able to out-farm him here, which is usually what you at least want to try to do in this situation. Razor leading for last hits now. Gap is growing there, and same with denies. Oh, Molsky's god is a stick. That's ironic. Never mind. The situation changed right as I said that. Let's just hit his 6 here, and he's used it to get basically a complete free wave for himself there. They are going to try and kill him, but he has those spidey senses.
You have this ward, here, that saw Jackie coming.
Let's just see those spidey senses, though. That sounds better on the tape. Being a Jackie, he's going to have a little bit of a trade with the Treant here in the jungle.
Yeah,
I always love to see...
Oh. Is he dead?
Yeah, dead. Just barely ends up dying off of that.
Very nice. And the tip. You 1v1 kill the other mid, you gotta tip him.
Black Otter is almost certainly dead again.
Yeah,
yep, down he goes.
Pretty miserable lane for support.
Never hear the end of it. Especially a support without a stun of any kind, like...
yeah, that's true.
This is always going to be a bit of a rough lane just because of that. Like, laning against Tusk Razor with no CC outside of the unreliable Manoy Bash is not going to be too nice. At least Faceless Void is able to make a little ground back on the last hits while this is happening. But with the support dead, it's kind of lost that advantage again. Just lost a banner creep too. Very rough. PPM trying to get his heat back on a creep camp. Killing a centaur. It looks just like him, but not glowing. You have the level 6 on Razor here. He has pretty firmly beaten Faceless Void to it. Looking like they're going to try and do something here. Dark Ace! Gotta hand it to him. It was a noble attempt there. Threw down the ice shards in such a way that he was trying to predict where Manoy was going to land off of his jump, but didn't actually get him there. Only posturing like he's about to drop Chrono. I don't think he actually gets a kill if he does. He needs somebody who's not Silencer down here to get that done. So far, top lane has not exactly been to Doom's favor. It's down about 10 last hits compared to his opponent, and while Razor was considerably lower than him before, as this lane has gone on, it's just the momentum has shifted to his favor to the point where, you know, he's got that back, and he's got plenty of denies, and he's got a couple of kills. You think they're going to go for the double Midas strat? Well, Manoy is at least.
Hopefully.
Jackie Chin just fell down.
And that's gonna get at least a little bit of recompense there.
Ooh, gonna go for
Okay.
the Doom
Maybe a
here.
little bit more than a little bit of recompense.
Nah,
That's
Ricky
not
was
gonna go.
already chewing on a tango when that happened, so he's actually gonna be fine.
Radiant are
Yeah.
scanning.
He's fine. Pretty close though. 20
Yep.
HP. What can you do?
He was not eating that big sav. He is a dead man. Luckily, or not big sav, big tango. Luckily, not only does he have more tangos in stock, he also has that Treant Protector who's going to be keeping him alive. He's probably sitting there scratching his head a little bit as to what the hell just happened. Sav given to him by the Treant. It's going to just put him firmly back into control here. Taking it firmly back into control, despite taking the fall there to that kill earlier. PPM has actually managed to get back on top as far as the last hits go. Actually chasing them, chasing each other right now.
This could be a Chronosphere. Yep. Oh, get him!
Ooh!
Oh, he's alive!
That is so sad. If I'm Dark Ace, I'm crying myself to sleep tonight.
So that starts because Manoy double bashed him. Otherwise, he's not able to get that kill.
Thank God for RNG. If Sandgangers win this game, it's all because of that double bash.
All because of that one play.
Dire's middle tower.
Please disregard anything I say that talks about the outcome of the match besides that if they win. Gonna try and go for the Faceless Void again here, but I think this is kinda chasing ghosts here a little bit, maybe?
Got a wand.
Actually,
Okay. Get
no,
it?
they actually
Oh.
are gonna get him here. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for Razor. Especially against Black Otter 2. Oh, that Fairy Fire. He's actually turning around. He's not gonna chase a Silencer anymore for this. Doesn't have any levels in his passive, sad.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
PPM just got artillery again here at mid while we were looking at that.
Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's
Rudy's kind of
bottom tower
owning.
is
If
under
he hits
attack.
these timings
Got it.
quickly, I don't know, he's gonna start shredding people and see what they do.
It is interesting how Reedy is, like, Reedy has killed PPM twice and taken his tower first. He's actually down 10 last hits somehow. It's a weird
So
place to be.
He can jungle.
Matt
That's
is
why.
getting gone on pretty hard here. All he has is a Midas. He's actually in a lot of danger, but Ricky's out of mana again!
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh, damn it, BlueJay. Drink your water, bro. You're not hydrated.
Rudy,
Gonna get bad skin. Gonna have a bit of a little war here at top. 3v3, never mind. Dusk is going the mid. It's kind of funny seeing Faceless Boy get donked by that. You think there's gonna be the ultimate depression chrono that they're going out for him like they didn't just see him get that ace? You think there's gonna be that depression chrono where Faceless Void drops it on Leshrac when he's already ulting and just dies? That'd be funny. I was actually looking for a Chronosphere here, I believe. Got the global. Got
Rudy's here.
got Razor.
Hey, Chrono.
TikTok. Yep. Ooh, great response though from Tusk. Great response from Dark Ace. He's still going to go down. Unfortunately, Peter's going to fall with him, but they did actually take out the Faceless Void there before he even got to see a kill happen, which is pretty awesome.
Sure, but I feel like
It was visually impressive, Randy.
the snap is an issue that needs to be addressed. Because if this hero hits its timings, it literally will, like, it does rapier damage.
Okay.
BlueJay is gonna figure that out firsthand before even hits the timings. So yeah.
Yep. Snapfire currently sitting at 4th place among the cores. It's actually a very competitive net worth chart for the most part. You know, there's BlueJay, who is decently out ahead of everyone, and then Manoy, who is decently behind everyone, and everybody else is just kind of within 100 gold of each other.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And even the exceptions there, well, Manoy is like 1,000 gold behind the next guy, unfortunately for him, but BlueJay is fairly close to the next cores. This is now a straight line of net worth for Dire, though. All their cores. Well, never mind. Matt just had to eat a creep there to make me to make my information out of date. It is an interesting thing with the net worth on some of these heroes. In particular, Manoy is in the unfortunate situation where he's behind quite a bit in net worth, and also a lot of that net worth that he does have is tied up into this Midas right now. So even that 4.6k is kind of deception, you know, or deceptive rather. Reality is he's probably not effectively sitting at more money than the supports right now. Like in practice, you can think of him as having like 3k gold. Of course, he's going to get that gold back faster, but he's like not going to be able to get an unassisted kill with Chrono for a long time at this juncture.
Wait, is there for that?
Yep. Lesh just picked up the Bloodstone, doing himself a big stack here. Doom just picked up a Blink Dagger.
I think they just need to play around cooldowns better, because that Manoy Chrono was godly, but if they had Snap ult with it, it would be a triple kill. I mean, they're all dead. Said they kind of.
I gotta
get
say,
2 kills and then like
yeah.
Manoy dies.
Yeah, Manoy dies
So.
before either of the kills even happens as well, which is, I do gotta say, I do think you gotta qualify a godly Chronosphere when you die before anybody else does, as the pause one. Not like you're gonna be running a non-pause one Void right now, but you know.
It's like a Chrono.
Speaking of, Void, they're running at him, but he has those Spidey senses.
He's gone. Sees heroes disappear off the map.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Somebody got caught on that observer ward there, and they took it out in their frustrations. Lots of pinks coming out. Watching BlueJay miss a bunch of last hits here. I don't know if Matt realizes he's looking at smoke. They're running directly into each other. Blackout dutifully tanking the gank here. That's probably not an award-winning global finals,
Ree and Manoy are both here.
Yep, it's absolutely everybody. Got the Doom
nice
out on
Doom.
Ricky. And Ricky is gone.
Super worth.
No presence from Leshrac on that, which is interesting. I think the lesson of the day from that is don't fight without the Leshrac. That is just an absolute disaster piece waiting to happen. You can assume from what you just saw there, they're just not going to play as not 5. Kaya popping up on the Lesh. Looking at SNK. Dark ACFK, never mind. Oh, somebody is asking to get banned in the Twitch chat.
Wow.
Death's bounty.
There we go. He's is relatively close to his Bloodstone as well. Needs the recipe and the Slam and Strawberry, that's it. beating up the creeps here. The Monkey Kings of New York playing a very slow game at the moment.
Yep.
It's going to
Manoy team not playing a slow game.
going to likely lead to the untimely death. But they actually have to pull out the Faceless Void there to avoid his death. A good global silence is going to prevent anything more from coming out of that.
The Void is not the core of the match right now, to be honest with you. It's like Snap is already killing people and he's not even at any of his timings yet. Like he's about to kill BlueJay again. Oh man, Lesh is doomed. Ultra kill for Rishi. Get the rampage.
Tried to
Get it, get it, get it.
Tusk is not willing to let this happen.
Oh, nice ice shards.
Oh,
Rampage.
nope, too late.
It doesn't count, unfortunate. Yeah, that's a rampage in our hearts.
It's the wheels are falling off the bus really fast for the Monkey Kings of New York's lineup here. It's already getting to be a little hard to see a victory condition for them.
And they destroyed Manoy's game, which is
Manoy,
step one.
Manoy is out of existence.
Not letting Snap get 10 kills.
The problem is it doesn't matter that you destroy Manoy's game because your pause one is Ricky, so you have no future. Like, even if Manoy is sitting at, you know, great value net worth right now, and he's still actually kind of struggling to bring that up, you know, you're putting your cart on perhaps the smallest horse that you possibly could have chosen at this point. And the Razor is already starting to kind of fall off of existence here. He's already just kind of dying in 2 seconds every fight. He did just finish his Bloodstone. That might change things, but looking tough, looking tough. Doom's gotten his BKB, so he's not really fearing the Ricky smoke anymore.
Move up to mid lane right now. BlueJay's team.
Rubik stole the hula hoop. Manoy is getting pinged out by somebody or something there. As once again MKNY slows down the pace of the game. Trying to get some farm in, trying to catch up. I do think this might be a mistake from MKNY here. I think maybe the play here is just try to find picks. It's not easy. They're very rarely in like groups of less than 2 or 3. But I think that might just be what you have to do. You're just not gonna. You're just not gonna like out farm 2 Midases. Like look at their inventories, please. You're not gonna out farm that. You're not gonna out farm 2 Midases and a Doom.
Also, when Snap hits timings, it's like I don't want to say GG outright, but close to it.
Yeah, they really do not have any kind of HP bars ready to stand up to that. Like the one possible way they have to stand up to Snap if Snap gets bad is Razor just snakes all the damage before she does anything. But the problem is if you do that, you didn't steal that from the Faceless Void, which kind of sucks for you.
Illusion.
Am I getting chased out here?
Yeah, he's a little spat with BlueJay up here.
I'm gonna
okay.
think about Shrek. He's caught in the...
Bit of a grief of a time walk.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Just wanted to make fun of the guy, I guess. Just want to show off his new funny ability. I mean, in fairness, it's not like it changes if he doesn't do that. He's still just going to get smoke clouded and die. That's good. That's a good start for MKNY. Just getting a good pick there. They just need to pick somebody else. They just need to pick one of the other cores at this point. And then you have somewhere to maybe go. A kill on the snap, a kill on the Doom at this point. Pretty good. Doom in particular, you know, I don't think Doom is going to be that scary late, but he's a big pinata worth a lot of money. He's got a lot of net worth. He's got, I believe he has that kill on him this life. It's not much of a streak, but it's something. That Sentry Ward has an execute inexplicably.
Radiant are scanning.
Radiant have scanned out BlueJay here. Now he gets to die. Or he's gonna make things as annoying as possible for them on the chase out, but all good things come to an end. It actually took the entire chrono to kill Ricky alone. That's a little sad. But they still get him in the end, which is probably fine.
What sort of prize is this?
Again, I think showing the weakness in the MKNY strategy, like, they didn't even Rainbow TP in on that the first time that Faceless Void's in vision of the Ricky there. It takes a minute for them to decide to go in. It gives a little bit of a flashback to PPM's team the last season. Yeah, kind of those 500 MS ping type reaction speeds sometimes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Matt decides he would rather not have no evil seen after all. SNK up on the Shrek.
5-man smoke.
Yep. Thinking about the group up there at top, but they're just immediately moving out.
They expect to find Doom here. They're not gonna find Doom here, so they're gonna wrap.
Gonna find Jackie
Good,
Chen.
actually.
Has been killed.
Gonna find Doom's courier. So there's that. That's a start.
Okay, nice Hurricane Pike. Rudy is out to safety.
Yeah, everybody runs after somebody different there in that, and as a result, only Black Otter goes down, which is probably not worthwhile for a 5-man smoke. They're gonna go for round 2 though. Very aggressive play here. Once again, looking at the cliff here. Gonna find the Doom. Doom's just immediately gonna hit BKB though. And unfortunately, this team really does not have any answers to BKB and then right-click Fountain.
Is under attack.
Kind of a disaster. Faceless Woods reforming right now, and they just seized up a lot of time to kill us out here. Like, they're not playing the map right now. They were spending a solid minute and a half there doing that.
Yep, accomplishing nothing. Finding out how important it is to have at least something to do when the enemy BKBs. Which they don't really at all. It's probably going to be the biggest issue that the MKNY team is going to be looking at in the long run. The literal only thing they have to do about BKB is the Razor Leash and Tusk being able to block with Ice Shards, and
Walrus Punch.
Faceless Void can jump over that. I mean, it's Walrus Punch, it's a support Tusk though, so I don't think that's going to mean much.
Could build like my support Tusk, you know?
Yeah, you could, and you could also be second place net worth on the team right now to make that work, which I don't think you're going to be in this game.
All you have to do is just grease your cores.
Yeah.
It's very easy.
There you go. It's just as simple as that.
Looking for smoke here. Another team.
It's a bit interesting. I don't know necessarily they need to smoke. I think they can be just fine, just farming up the map, circling around, taking the edges of their jungle, for example. Because in the long game, they definitely got this. If Manoy comes vaguely back, and he already kind of is, they have nothing. They got nothing to do. Ricky is already bottom net worth core, which is a horrible place for him to be. At the very least,
I think
Lush
you
and
wanna-
Razor getting up, but
You want to play around Chrono cooldowns, right? 'Cause kind of Faceless Void is a hero where if Chrono's off cooldown for too long, you get uncomfortable. Because it's like, you could do a lot with that. You're just not,
Scanning.
you know, all your spells off cooldown or run at them. Makes sense.
the them is not going to be ran at this time, though, on MKNY, who pull out of the jungle in the middle of the smoke, except for BlueJay, who just walks right into it after his team evacuates the scene. I gotta say, I don't know if I agree with that play.
In lowest hell.
Randy, you're a doctor, right?
Yeah,
As the doctor of Dota, is this terminal at this point, you think?
yeah. Okay. That was almost a pretty sick Chrono.
He gets a pretty good amount of damage off of Manoy there. At the very least, for a minute or so, he's not going to be able to do that effectively.
Really want a Chrono Sphere.
It's gonna donate about half his HP to the cause. Drop the BKB here. Reedy is actually living. He's fine.
Not dead. Interesting.
But unfortunately, they can't catch anybody, so all they're gonna get for is silencer.
With my blaze.
Okay, they did actually get Reedy out of the bag of that. That's pretty good.
Good play by BlueJay here. Bash him? Sad. My,
Faceless Void gets 2
chance.
Faceless
Meteor.
Void gets 2 bashes. Ricky gets 0. Gaben clearly does not favor MKNY this game.
Big Roche too.
Be a little bigger if it wasn't Ricky, but should be okay. I'm a little suspect of the idea that Ricky's actually going to be able to live 2 lives, and so are they. So they give it to PPM instead. So he's no longer a chrono target.
I think the fight that just happened illustrated is already not a Chrono target, to be honest, but
Yeah, there you
it's just
go.
me.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower.
I mean, at the very least, he got out of that with about a ½ inch of health. Like, one more thing gets sent into that, like a Fade Bolt gets sent into that Chronosphere and he dies. So hypothetically, he's not immortal in it. You do have to have a lot committed to doing it. You know, it has to have a Snap Ult, but you know, it is feasible to kill him in it. But not anymore. It was feasible in it to do that. Not so much now. Silencer's gonna go down here. Reedy in a bit of an awkward spot. Silencer's gonna fly back to the global, but a little too late.
This game looks in danger right now.
Middle tower.
Yeah, it's a very good turnaround effort on the part of the Monkey Kings in New York. Just 2 minutes ago, it felt like they had absolutely no chance in this game, and they just suddenly had that sequence of events. Very, very solid play there. I think perhaps they realized their backs were to the wall and started bringing out a few of the old tricks out of the bag there. Most notably the trick called actually 5-manning.
I think you would hope your Snap is level 20 by now, and because she's not, it's a little awkward.
Yeah, Snap's fallen behind again. Manoy's actually even fallen behind a little bit, even though he's trying to keep that Midas on cooldown. The best spot for him to be. Found the Manoy here, but I don't think they're confident enough to actually kill him. Which, I mean, they should be. They couldn't kill him right now anyway. They just don't have anything there to stop him from queuing away. BlueJay just denied an item. I don't know what it was, but if he does it again, tell Buttery Greg. I think it was a branch or something.
All in service to imbalance.
Butter Greg's got enough to deal with right now.
It's true. Once again, they got a good sight on where Manoy is. I mean, if you're not going to be able to reliably take enemy jungle, like you're probably not in this game as Dire, I think the play here is just to try and deny as much of it as possible. Just slap wards in every camp type gameplay. Make them come to your farm and beat them up there. Snapfire did just finish Daedalus, so there's that.
Dire are scanning.
Just waiting out ages and waiting for the snap timing right now.
Both teams walking to each other's safe lane T2s here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
I am a Tusk. I just got the Lotus Orb.
Radiant's
So
bottom
now
tower
he can steal your spell back.
Dire structures are
Sure
fortified.
can. And
Dire's
Reflect
top
Doom.
tower is under
Yeah.
attack.
Lamau.
Radiant's bottom tower
The
is under
Radiant not really winning this base race right now. By the time they're going to get through this T2,
attack. Dire's
They just
top
have to like
tower
hit the
is
tower and then TP, which is
Yeah.
what they're doing.
by the time they get through that T2, the T3's already lost about a fifth of its health, which is a little annoying considering they glyphed for it.
Bounty.
The way they're playing now makes me feel like MKNY perhaps didn't really know properly how to work this team in the early game. Are we going to have the two-team mutual smoke here? Maybe? Nope. Four-man smoke, but they're just kind of staying in defensive posturing on Manoy's side of the river right now.
With their just his gun.
Snapfire nearing on the cookie. The cool cookie.
Oh man, all soul 20. It's so dangerous. That counter right there.
She does have to live to make the level 20 work, which so far has been kind of her issue, it seems like. Does not have a BKB at the moment, which means that she's still going to get choked out by Smoke Cloud as well.
Isn't that pretty?
Does have the Enchanted Quiver, though, so there is that. At least one of her attacks out of with the full Shudder are not going to get choked out here. So there's that. Again, pace just turns as slow as molasses in this game. Let's take this time to just look at the item list here for a minute for no good reason.
is under attack.
Who's struggling for things to talk about right now in this slow game? Not me. Nobody's built anything particularly exciting, as you can see from this menu. Pretty much everyone's just going kind of the stock direction. Razor recently finished a Pipe of Insight, which is going to help blunt the some of the damage coming off of Reedy in particular, and also some of the damage that Doom does. Which, speaking of the Doom, it is AoE now. That's not what the Doom Ags does, but you know, it is AoE now. So Doom does have that to go off of, building up a Strength Blink relatively soon. Sooner if he isn't saving for buyback, but I think at this point he probably is. Everyone's gathering up here on Dire. This looks like a potential smoke through jungle coming in.
Dark Days is gonna smoke.
Yep. Both,
There you
two
go.
people just smoked.
Very nice.
Getting some
It's
reports out.
doubly effectiveness, you know?
Yeah. Everyone drops off of radar there. Everybody starts thinking hard about where everybody is. Manoy breaks smoke there.
Gameplay by Manoy. I don't know if it
Nothing
was on
comes out of it.
purpose, but let's pretend it was. That
Yeah,
was.
there we go.
He literally stands behind one tree in fog, and as soon as he sees the smoke breaks, he leaves. I don't know how he knew or if he knew, but
They have an obs there that I think has sight on that. Yeah.
Dire
it's a
are
really
scanning.
crazy smoke break.
Dire desperate to try and find a team fight right now that's not under T3s. Does not look like they're gonna get it.
We can all play.
The net worth disparity is fairly equal right now, though. It is interesting to note that a lot of Radiant's net worth right now is cooped up on Doom, who's about 6k ahead of the next core on his team, which it is Matt. Matt's a very good pause 3 player. I just don't know if Doom being the one that's carrying all the chips for you is exactly what you want.
I mean, it's 2 Midases. What can you do?
Yep. On the other hand,
Hero just kind of does it.
Snapfire is still kind of firmly at the bottom of this net worth chart, as far as the core goes. It's looking at a Blink Dagger next, which could be interesting. We're gonna have 5-man smoke here out the base for Dire, but they're not gonna find anything right now. Or for the Radiant, rather. Nothing gonna be found.
Radiant are scanning.
Everybody on Radiant's on the opposite side of the world. Well, that was a very awkward smoke. Everybody just kind of pretends nothing ever happened and just gets back to the game now. I have never seen a more casual game of Dota than this, in the way it's like everybody at this point is just kind of letting everybody farm. We had a smoke gank come out when they saw nobody was actually ready to fight. They just said, great, back to farming. Well, they said, great, back to being behind T3s anyway. Sandganger is maybe a little shaken up after the last sequence of events. The Shrek does have a fancy hex to play with that he didn't in the last fight.
And it's just... So they win either way here, right? Because this team wins late game. So they're sitting... If they sit behind tier 3s, either BlueJay is forced to fight them, or they don't fight them and they just keep growing. So it's like
10
pretty
seconds to
awkward.
Roche.
I feel like at least if BlueJay attempts to fight, they could have won it. But that's like 5 minutes ago, they could have won it comfortably. And they didn't take that fight, so...
Roche is up. I think everybody's going to walk past it, though, because they assume it's down still. Which is a little unfortunate. Everybody just so badly wants somebody on Radiant to step forward 1 inch here, but they're just not giving it to him.
Rudy is in danger.
Hex revealed on Rady.
Radiant
He's gonna get killed before he gets to do anything. And his courier dies too. Jackie Chen's gonna come out swinging, but not Jackie Chen. Kimmy Lavender is gonna come out swinging at Jackie Chen, rather. Finding really nothing, but the kill on Rady is probably okay. That's an acceptable kill out of smoke at this point, I think. Gonna certainly enable them to do Roche now, if they so choose. And Tusk has found out, yep, we do have Roche. Radiant staying in T3 right now, not really looking to contest this at all. Not without the Snapfire there.
Roshan has fallen to the dark.
Once again, the Aegis popping up for the Leshrac here. Ricky gets his annoying sleeping dart. Fene has that to play with. And he goes to fix his waves. He hits it with a hammer a couple of times, and then it's just magically back to fixed. You know, if you think about it, Dota's the only game where you can say that, like, as a fact, unironically. It's like if you want to fix your lane, just go hit it with a big wrench or something, and it'll just magically repair itself.
Oh, you'd be better, yeah.
It would have been awesome if they got to do this uphill while Rady was still dead, but they don't, unfortunately. Which means it's going to be a little hectic no matter how they play it. And I do think they're going to want to go uphill sooner than later. You can't wait forever on this. It's a bad idea for many, many reasons.
Looks like waiting forever is on the docket. Maybe not. Gathering.
Radiant does have Glyph here, so this super wave is probably just going to die.
Radiant structures
Yep.
are fortified.
Manoy comes in to say hello. And PPM just stole Rubik's skill. Rubik actually just got the Leshrac ult, which could be funny.
It's really annoying for this uphill, actually. Just became like even more impossible, it seems. Maybe not. Peter can kill this tower. Okay.
Drop a lot on... okay, that's anti-chemistry. You just threw the Leshrac out of the Snapfire ult, and as a result, he's going to be A-okay. That's also going to go down there, has to do his buyback. Looking for Molsky in the trees, but... They actually did not lose anything for what they've accomplished here so far. They took a T3, no racks, but they took a T3 and they got Doom's buyback. They haven't used an ult, they haven't used the Aegis, and now they're all just going to go to top for no reason. Okay. Gotta fix your waves.
All in service to imbalance.
Now, Worth Advantage is getting pretty dramatic in Radiant's favor. It's finally crossed the 10k boundary after what feels like years of a 1k net worth difference. In the light of the last fight there. Matt had a pretty expensive buyback there, unfortunately for him. Do you know MMR is overrated?
Sure, it's just a number.
Jackie Chen thinks so. I like how steep the difference in net worth is between cores and the supports this game. The top core is worth half the net worth of the top support is half the net worth of the bottom core. It's a little sad. They're really just gonna kind of play behind Peter here. Just let him walk up to the tower, hit it with W, and just keep doing that over and over.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They're having to drop the Snapfire ult to just de-push waves here, which is really not ideal. Manoy is going to get himself a T2 potentially at bot, but
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's
T3 top is gone.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Without Manoy's presence here, they are a little emboldened to
Dire's bottom tower.
stay and try and do something about this. Yeah, Dark Ace thought about TPing for Manoy there, but ultimately decided against it.
I mean, Manoy can TP deities here.
Yep. Rax is almost dead here. They got the annoying split on Leshrac. They're not going to finish this Rax? They're out! Yeah, they're just walking away.
They were Chronosphere, so pretty.
Yeah, they had a Chronosphere for the last 30 seconds, so what's the deal? Why now?
Way bottom. He just TP'd, and as soon as he TP'd, they left.
Well, no, he TP'd like 10 seconds before they left. I believe he showed like 10 seconds before he left. He's gonna find Treant here. It's a bit of an awkward thing to find. They just saw the entirety of the offensive there. And now Radiant just has to turn and run back to spawn, and so does Dire. Man, this is an awkward game. Both teams are just having to play ludicrously defensively at this point. Certainly to Sanganger's favor, they can keep this up for long enough.
Got it.
Though on the other hand, it is looking like next stages could potentially win the game for MKNY if they're able to secure it again. Or at the very least, put Sangangers at Megas. Which is not an ideal situation for them. You're gonna try and push without Aegis there, potentially? Is it Abyssal? Yep, Abyssal just finished up on the Ricky.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Creeps are hitting the racks here for Radiant. I'm in smoking the Dire. Not 100% sure what they're looking for. They're looking in triangle, hoping to God somebody's not at T3s right now. If somebody is indeed not. That person is just across the entire map.
Yeah. Control this area and you control Roche, so is that...
Yep, could potentially spawn in 1 minute. A faster Roche spawn is definitely in the favor of MKNY here. Man, this is a hard game to cast! Wait. A lot of very slow-paced action. If you like two teams not wanting to engage each other and trying to draw things out as much as possible, this is the game for you, baby. Tough, just walrus punch to crappy little jungle creep, okay. 2 minutes to Roche.
That's pretty long.
Yep. Razor looking at the refresher orb here. He's still rather far if he wants both it and buyback. Flash and Razor are like breaking, or not Flash and Razor, Ricky and Razor breaking formation here a little bit. Trying to get the Faceless Void, but they have the BKB to worry about here. We have a 4-stat. They're very good 4-stat. Ooh. Likely gonna take Reedy for this at least. Nope, all they're gonna get is Jackie Chan. Chronosphere comes out. But actually, actually Faceless Void is the one who dies.
Doom though. Oh man.
Yeah, everybody's standing in the Doom. But Doom is dead, no buyback. Manoy. A little danger here. Nope, he's fine. Reedy is now the in danger one.
Oh, the sleep dart walrus kick. That's insidious.
Reedy is dead back. Doom is dead back. Only Manoy survives. It's gonna look scary at Tusk, but that's about all he can do right now. And man, they're trying so hard to keep him alive here. The most awkward thing about this is not having the Leshrac for this. Like, not having the Leshrac for this push is mega cursed. Still, they have a million billion years to get what they want here. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Creeps
waste a
take
lot
out.
of time with Rubik though.
Yep. Creeps take out top waiver Rex, and the heroes take out bot. And Tusk Walrus punches an individual creep in this wave, just to show to his boss. Matt does have his buyback back now. And Manoy did just get the MKB, so he no longer has to BKB through the smoke cloud unless it's specifically for Chronosphere, basically. And with Reedy back up, everyone's just going to go to Roche now. Which, I mean, is no surprise. This looks a little bit like Radiant's at least thinking of contesting this. Though with no Snapfire and no Chronosphere. Okay, Chrono's an 8, but...
I don't think it's possible.
yeah.
You just wait it out.
Yeah, there you go. You just wait it out.
They waited out every Aegis so far, so it makes this one different.
Well, they've waited out every Aegis, but waiting out every Aegis has come at the cost of base buildings. They're running out of those. They do not have many left. And they just killed Manoy's courier, so whatever he was thinking of buying is off the menu now. Presumably that was going to be the Hyperstone for his Mjolnir.
It's okay, he's going to enemy secret shop instead. Well,
T3.
Slashiro does.
T3 mid is just gone. Snapfire ult comes out again, but just hits nothing. Got a Lincoln Sphere there popped.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Doom does get the Lesh. I actually do take the Aegis on that.
Fed without Chrono. This could be really good. BlueJay?
Using the cheese there. Global silence, but it ain't enough.
Cheese. What can you do?
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Reedy is promptly delivered to Ricky for dismissal. Manoy calls the cheese and we're going home.
Is under attack.
Most value cheese of all time, or what?
That was quite a comeback on the part of the Monkey Kings of New York. For a while there, it really looked like they had no game at all, and then one big fight just started turning it around. Very good Leshrac play, in particular, I think, was a big note of that. And unfortunately, while the Snapfire, I think, did have a lot of upside, you did not really get to see it come out in the long term there. Sandgangers were probably playing that as right as they could. But after they just started giving too much ground, it just turned into an issue of, well, you know, a damage gap just started existing that they just couldn't ever seem to breach. But surprising, they could go long, they just couldn't quite go that long. So, with that being said, for those of you on YouTube, we'll see what happens in part 2 next time.